the world's attention turns to the West Philippine Sea. International newsrooms flash urgent headlines, tensions soar as Chinese ships confront Filipino vessels. On television screens, dramatic images fill the airwaves, with ships locked in close proximity, water cannons firing, and crews barking orders. The energy is electric, a storm of uncertainty brewing just beyond the Philippine coastline. All eyes are on this contested sea. Renowned anchors break down the situation, with maps glowing with disputed areas. Social media, just explodes with real-time videos from the decks of Philippine Coast Guard vessels. Hashtags trend worldwide. West Philippine Sea, maritime rights, stand with PH. The stakes here are not just local, they're global. In government war rooms from Manila to Washington, analysts pore over satellite images. Every movement, every clash is dissected. Experts warn that what happens here could ripple across the whole Indo-Pacific region. For the Philippines, this is more than news. It is a test of sovereignty, security, and national pride. The world watches, but for those on the front line, this is daily reality. The question on everyone's lips: can David stand up to Goliath in these troubled waters? On the choppy waters near Ayungin Shoal, tension is a living thing. Just days ago, Philippine supply boats once again faced a convoy of Chinese Coast Guard and militia ships. The Chinese vessels, larger and more numerous, formed a blockade. They blared horns, shadowed every move, and then the water cannons fired. Jets of high-pressure water slammed into the Filipino boats, smashing equipment and drenching crewmen. The confrontation was caught on camera. The Philippine Coast Guard recorded every second, determined to show the world the reality of these encounters. Voices crackled with urgency over the radio. "Hold position! Record everything!" Sailors braced themselves as waves rocked the boat, the thunder of water cannons echoing like gunfire across the sea. For the Filipino crews, this was not the first time. Every mission is a gamble. They face the risk of injury, arrest, or worse. Most are outnumbered 10-1, their vessels smaller and less equipped. Still, they return. Each voyage proof of their resolve and courage. Media outlets replayed the footage, drawing condemnation and concern from allies. Yet the reality remains: every patrol is a confrontation, every trip an ordeal. For the Philippine Coast Guard and Navy, every sortie into the West Philippine Sea is an uphill battle. Their ships are often decades old, patched and repainted, but no match for the gleaming new vessels of their Chinese counterparts. Equipment is limited, spare parts are hard to find. Every journey is a test of both machinery and morale. Crews rotate on and off duty, exhausted but undeterred. They sleep in cramped quarters, eat simple meals, and live with the constant threat of confrontation. Yet, they press on, documenting each incident, acting as both guardians and witnesses. Their bravery is real, but so is their vulnerability. The situation is even harder for Filipino fishermen. Many grew up working these seas, but now face daily intimidation. Chinese boats chase them away, destroy their gear, or block their access to rich fishing grounds. Some return home empty-handed, stories of close calls etched into sunburned faces. For both Coast Guard and fishermen, the message is clear. The West Philippine Sea is a dangerous place and help is desperately needed. The Philippine government faces a harsh reality. On paper, their claims are backed by international law. In practice, enforcement is a different story. The Philippine Navy and Coast Guard have too few ships for too wide a sea. Every vessel must cover hundreds of kilometers, leaving gaps that others exploit. China, by contrast, deploys hundreds of ships, Navy, Coast Guard, and militia. Their presence is constant, their resources immense. They can rotate crews, deploy drones, and maintain a 24/7 watch. The imbalance is stark. For every Philippine ship, there may be 10 from China. This gap forces painful choices. Should the government risk more direct confrontations, knowing the cost? Or should it focus on diplomacy, hoping restraint will win the day? The stakes are national, but the tools are limited. Every loss at sea reverberates in public debate and political halls. The dilemma is clear. The Philippines must defend its rights, but without overwhelming force, each decision comes with risk. Amid rising tensions, a new headline breaks. Japan to provide 5 advanced patrol vessels to the Philippines. For Manila, this is more than good news. It is a lifeline. The offer, confirmed by both governments, marks the largest maritime security aid Japan has ever given to any single country. The timing is no accident. Japan understands the stakes. As an island nation with its own maritime disputes, it knows the importance of strong, capable patrols. By stepping in, Tokyo sends a clear message. The Philippines is not alone. Regional solidarity is more than talk. It is action. Diplomats from both countries work overtime to finalize the deal. The ships will be built to Philippine specifications, funded through soft loans and grants. Japanese engineers and Coast Guard officers will help train their Filipino counterparts, ensuring these vessels are not just symbols, but real tools of change. This pledge is a turning point. Suddenly, the balance in the West Philippine Sea is not so one-sided. The 5 new patrol vessels are not ordinary ships. At more than 90 meters long, they are the largest ever to join the Philippine Coast Guard. Each one is built for endurance, able to stay at sea for weeks, patrolling the farthest reaches of the West Philippine Sea without needing to refuel. Technology is at their core. Advanced radar systems give them eyes in all directions. High-speed boats can be launched from the deck to chase down intruders or rescue distressed fishermen. Communication suites connect them instantly with Manila and with allied ships in the area. Each vessel comes with non-lethal deterrent systems, like powerful water cannons and electronic disruptors, allowing for assertive but controlled responses. These ships are not warships, but they are built for tough law enforcement. Their size and modern design make them visible symbols of Philippine presence. For the first time, Filipino crews will have the tools to match, and sometimes outpace, their rivals. With these ships, the Philippine Coast Guard can finally dream of daily, sustained patrols and real deterrence. The partnership with Japan goes far beyond hardware. Training is central to the deal. Japanese Coast Guard veterans will work side by side with Filipino crews, passing on skills in navigation, communication, and maritime law enforcement. Joint exercises will simulate real-world confrontations, building confidence and teamwork. Maintenance is also key. Japan will help set up new shipyards and supply chains in the Philippines, ensuring that the new vessels stay battle-ready. Spare parts, upgrades, and technical support are all part of the package. Strategically, the agreement deepens bilateral trust. Regular meetings between maritime officials will foster information sharing and coordinated responses. In times of crisis, direct hotlines and shared protocols will mean faster, smarter action. This cooperation means the ships will not just be new, they will be effective, well-manned, and supported for years to come. With Japan's support, the Philippines is shifting its approach, from reacting to incidents to deterring them before they start. The new patrol vessels will allow daily, visible patrols across the West Philippine Sea. Their presence alone will give pause to those who would harass Filipino fishermen or intrude on Philippine waters. Think of it like a police officer on a busy street. The mere sight of authority changes behavior. Laws are respected, not because of fear, but because of certainty. A constant patrol says, "We are here, we will respond, this is our home." For Filipino fishermen, this means safety. For the Coast Guard, it means pride and confidence. For potential aggressors, it means that intimidation and gray zone tactics will face a credible, consistent answer. Daily patrols are more than routine. They are a statement of sovereignty, backed by real capability. The Philippines is not alone in its struggle. Across Southeast Asia, countries are upgrading their navies and coast guards, wary of unchecked power in the region. Indonesia, Vietnam, and Malaysia all watch the West Philippine Sea closely, knowing that what happens here sets a precedent for all. The United States, a treaty ally of the Philippines, welcomes Japan's support. Trilateral patrols and joint exercises now crisscross the region, weaving a net of deterrence and cooperation. International law, especially the 2016 Hague ruling, remains the guiding star, even as power politics play out on the waves. Like a neighborhood banding together against a bully, regional partners see strength in unity. The addition of Japan's patrol vessels is more than a boost for the Philippines. It is a signal to all rules matter and solidarity works. In the end, the Philippines stands stronger. With new tools, new allies, and unbroken resolve, it defends not just territory, but the hope for a fair, lawful maritime order. The future may be uncertain, but the message is clear. The Philippines will stand its ground, steady and unafraid, in the West Philippine Sea.